hard time with that at all. Because we all deserve heaven. There's not one of us that don't deserve heaven. I don't care how good you are in the human charts. There's none of us that deserve heaven. If you look at the righteousness and justice and truth of God. But I have the hardest thing to put my mind around is why He chose me. That's what I don't like. Because I don't deserve His grace. Now, that's what grace is. Unmerited favor. I don't deserve it. And so when I look at these doctrines, I look at these scriptures, I'm just going to give a few. You can read the whole Bible and understand that it had to be this way. For any of us to be saved, it had to be this way because none of us can choose. None of us, when we're dead in our trespasses and sin, can stop and say, okay, yeah, I think I need to be saved. I think God is the way. Because our very nature is to turn against God. That's why after we're even saved, we're always fighting. We have the Spirit that lives within us and say, hey, follow the Word, do what's right. And we got the flesh that before we're saved is completely in control of our lives, saying, no, take care of yourself, do what you want to do, have pleasure. Today we live, or I can't remember how it goes, but tomorrow we may die, so live, eat, live and be merry, whatever. That's what our flesh tells us. The Spirit has to change us. And that's the first one. Now, we call it tulip. And yes, John Calvin came up with this, but I'm not a Calvinist. I just believe that Jesus taught. I believe His Word. I believe the doctrine of grace. But the first one is total depravity. Total depravity means, we'll go to Scripture in just a moment. What's in our own? Romans 3:23. There's many, but like I said, I'm just going to turn to those few. Romans 3:23. Actually, look at verse 10 too. Kind of can't escape that. It's actually the whole verses 10 through 17 basically tells us this. But as it is written, there is none righteous, no, not one. There is none that understands, there is none seeking after God. They are all gone out of the way. They are altogether become unprofitable. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. And verse 23 says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. What total depravity means, it means that we're dead in trespasses and sin. That there's nothing in us. There's not no little light in us. That if you wave it enough, if you teach somebody enough about the grace of the truth of God, that all of a sudden that goodness will start swelling up inside their soul and their spirit, and all of a sudden, boom, they'll be good and they'll be able to trust in Jesus as their personal Lord and Savior. They'll be like, no, we're dead. We are, without Christ, as dead as this pulpit. The only thing this pulpit can do, outside of gravity, which is God's control, is if somebody gets up and moves it from one place to another. That's all I can do. And that's what we are without Christ. That's what we are without salvation. We are totally dead. The wages of sin is death. And that's where we are. That's what we are. And because of that, we need a Savior. Because of that, we needed someone we needed the truth. We needed the righteous to come down and become flesh. To be that sacrifice. That we might have eternal life. There's no good in us at all. Period. From start to finish. Now, I believe with all my heart, soul, and mind, I say most of y'all believe this too. And I believe it's, like I said, you're elected from before the foundation of the world. And all that means is before time started, God knew us. Because see, friends, time does not make a difference with God. He's not going by no watch. He's not saying, oh, we're day out here about 12 o'clock or 12:15. No, there's no time. God doesn't care about time. He has what He already knows is going to take place, and not man or devil or nobody can change it. And so when He elects His children, and see, even Jesus talked about the goats and the sheep. A goat will never be a sheep, and a sheep will never be a goat, no matter how hard they try. A goat's a goat, a sheep is a sheep. So I believe that we are in, by the grace of God, from the time we were born to the time that we die. Because if not, then there could be something happen to us that we die before that point in time for us to be saved. But because we are His children, He takes care of us even before we come to the knowledge of Jesus Christ as first Lord and Savior. That's His grace. It's the same grace that got you here this morning, that you didn't hit some black ice or whatever and ran into a tree. It's God's grace. It's the same grace with us, His elect, His children, that brings us to that, because we in ourselves it's impossible. We find it from Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, verse 1. Probably don't need to go there, but I would like on there, just in case I draw a blank in my mind, and I'll read you what it says. Ephesians 2 and verse 1 says, and you hath he, and it's talking to, we find here, to the church of Ephesus, to the born again, the elect of God, it says, and you hath he quickened or made alive, who were dead in trespasses. It was God. It's God that came to you, if you're saved here today, and started working in your heart. It's God that said, hey, you're a sinner. I'm the Savior. I'm the one that paid the price. I'm the one in Christ paid the price, the redemption price, and shed his blood. And you must trust in me and believe in what I did alone, without anything else. And that comes to the next one. And like I said, this is the easy way to remember too. Unconditional election. Turn over to 2 Thessalonians 2. 2 Thessalonians 2. Verse 13. 2 Thessalonians 2. Unconditional election. And this all this basically means is that there's nothing that we can do to warrant election. There's nothing we can do to have it, to merit it, to have it, or to keep it. It's unconditional. It's unconditional love. In other words, it's like the Bible says, we love him because he first loved us. It's unconditional. There's nothing. God didn't look down and say, all right, Tom Feather, he's going to be a pretty good old boy. He's going to do this. And he's going to know. The reason why I can do it because I am his child. Because he has quickened. Because he does lead me and guide me through the word. It's not what I would do in my own self. But it's all that is to Christ. And that's what it means, unconditional election. 2 Thessalonians, that wasn't right on the first Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 13 says, but we, this was again to the church of Thessalonica, to the saints, to his redeemers, to his elect. It says, but we are bound to give thanks always to God for you, brethren, beloved of the Lord, because God hath from the beginning chosen you to salvation through sanctification of the Spirit and belief of the truth. So right there is unconditional election, predestination, perseverance of the saints, irresistible grace, limited atonement, all of it rolled up in one verse, because it says we are bound to glorify him because we are his beloved, because God, not man, not me, not you, had chosen to salvation through sanctification, set apart, through the Word, through the Spirit, and belief of the truth. Next, come over to Romans, the 8th chapter. Romans 8. Very familiar scripture here. Start at verse 28. And really, honestly, to preach Romans 8:28, you have to, not preach the whole chapter, but you have to come to understand verse 29 and 30. Because if you just read verse 28 and say, all things work together for good, you're like, look at what happens in my life. Look at the bad things. Look what our martyrs have gone through. But then you see why and how this works in the other two verses. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So once again, I want to quote that verse. We love him because he first loved us. For whom he did foreknow, in other words, he knew before time, he knew always. He also did predestinate. That means that he chose us, he called us, he knows everything about us to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Now, I'm going to repeat this once again. I always say, all these things right here are present, past tense, especially the last one. And none of us, no one except Christ has been glorified. But he says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, did he also call. So where he calls us, he brings us, predestinate us, he calls us, to whom he had called, he also justified. That means that he made us righteous. He made us in the eyes of God through Jesus Christ. That when God looks at us, he doesn't see our sins, he doesn't see our trespasses, but he sees what Christ has done. And then he said, whom he justified, past tense, predestinated, called, justified, He also glorified. So our guys of God, it's already said and done. He's the Alpha and Omega. It's just a matter of us seeing in time and us seeing in eternity. But we're already glorified because this was already what the Lord intended. And what the Lord intends will come to pass no matter what anyone can or will even try to do. Even the fall of man. I can't understand it. That's part of what God desired to happen. Satan and the angels, that's all. That's all what God intended. So I'm not here to want to say, God, why'd you do that? Why'd you let Eve take of the fruit and Adam take of the fruit? Why'd you let Lucifer become prideful? Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? Who are anybody? Ask God why. I just thank God that He loves me. That's what it comes down to. Next is limited atonement. And this is the hardest one. Some folks, I'm talking about Baptists, believe we're totally depraved. Unconditional election, that's likely. Irresistible grace, a lot of them believe that. A lot of them don't. Perseverance of the saints, most Baptists, some don't believe that. Limited atonement, that's the one that, you hear, I don't know if y'all read this a lot, but I hear this a lot, and I read this a lot. I'm a 4-point Calvinist. I'm not a 5-point Calvinist. I just believe the truth. I believe what God's word says. That's who I am. And that's only by the grace of God. But I know that. So I can't say it sounds smart or anything. But limited atonement is the one that most people cannot understand. Because their point is that God elected someone to hell. That's not what the Bible teaches. The Bible says all have sinned from short of glory of God. Therefore all deserves hell. They're not elected. When a person dies and goes to hell, they go because that's what they want to do. That's what they wanted to do. They unbelieve, do not believe in Jesus Christ. Limited atonement, this is what it means. God saw them. God does what He wants. God chooses them. And the interesting thing is most of these folks, like I said, and that's why I don't want to be arrogant. Because I only know what I know about the grace of God. I know I said that 2 or 3 times, but I keep saying it because I know that's how I'm sure. But they'll say, yeah, there was election in the Old Testament. Yeah, God chose Abraham, He chose Noah, He chose Isaac, He chose Joseph, He chose this and He chose that. But as soon as the New Testament comes, God can't see nothing. He can't choose nothing, He can't do nothing. But even the name of Jesus means He will save His people from their sins. So even Jesus means election. So God, and that's the only way it could be. But let's look at Scripture. So turn to John 10. John 10, verse 14 to begin with. John 10. I love John 10. John 10, verse 14 says, I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. Isn't that awesome? Because if you trust in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, that's you. And if you will trust in Him, if you will repent and trust in Him that He came, He died, and buried the 3rd day, rose again for you and you personally, not by works, not by baptism, not by good by membership, not by anything. Not because you chose, but because He predestinated, He called, He justified, and He glorified, because He knows you. And this no is not a no of, yeah, well, I know that George Washington's the first president. No, it's a no that means I know that Carol Lee Carrier Fagan is my wife. It's a personal, intimate no. That's what this no means. And that's what the Lord says about me and says about you if you are His child, if you are His sheep. And if you're not, if you don't know, you can be. That's it. You can't trust in Jesus Christ as personal Savior. You will find that you are one of His sheep, that you are one of His children, that you are one of His elect. And so we jump down to verse 25 to 27. 25 of verse chapter 10. It says, Jesus answered them,